What's up, fellas? Let's get right to it. Tonight's topic is your ability to command, to have presence, to sway people to your cause, otherwise known as game. To have game. Now, if you ask anyone, normally they might just jump to, oh yeah, having game, being able to talk to women and get them attracted to you. Well, I'm gonna go one step beyond. If you have game, you will attract everybody. Because game is who you are, your identity, you, yourself, as the person, as a man. It is your core. So you can't just shut that off depending on the person, depending on the sex. You're always going to exude that aura, that confidence, that swag. And with that being said, anyone who comes within that vicinity, they're automatically going to be attracted in the form of, if it was a guy, they'd be like, oh yeah, this guy is cool. I like him. I want to be around him. I want to hang out with him. I want to follow him. And when it comes to women, well, you already know. They want to tap into your source. They want you. They're attracted to you. Physically, mentally, sexually. You know how it goes. Now, how do you get to that point? That's where people get stuck on. You have to look deep within. You have to know yourself. And with that, you have to fail. Failure is how you know where your boundaries lie. To really push yourself to the limits. You gotta see it this other way. Failure is merely a test to let you know these are boundaries that you won't breach. Failure is in itself the greatest form of success because it lets you know, oh, this was not the path I was meant to go down. These mistakes or lessons could be so painful, unforgettable, that you'll never want to commit them again. It's only when you go through these rough patches, these bumps, do you truly have your resolve tested. Your morals may be completely shaken up. What I like to say is, you might have just uncovered your true self. You see, growing up, we get instilled by certain tenets and morals bestowed upon us by our friends and family, our parents, siblings, our environment. And we don't really have a say in that. There's no choice of what we choose to influence ourselves with. But the thing and beauty of life is, as you get older, as you immerse yourself to different experience, to different stimuli, you become more knowledgeable. And with that knowledge, you get to formulate your own identity. Uncover what you truly are. So by the time you get to your mid-20s, you're still growing. You merely just got out of school, university, starting out in the real world. Until you get to your 30s, perhaps some even 40s, it's an ever-evolving process. 5 years from now, you'll be a completely different person as opposed to what you were. Now, if you think about it, just think back 5 years ago. What would you consider yourself? An idiot? Stupid? Had no idea what you were doing? Clueless? Well, if you really think that's the case, then you're probably on the right track. Because, like I said, you always have to be constantly evolving. If you weren't the same person, that means you've changed. But if you stay the same, I would say you're doing something wrong. You were in a coma. You were stuck in a basement, secluded, isolated. You see, life does not stop. It goes on forever and then it ends. Once you understand the greatest equalizer of life is death, you will know to cherish the journey. Because at the end of the day, everyone turns to dust. And it's the memories that we hold on to that will ultimately mean the most and get passed on to our descendants. So I want you to remember this. Having game is not a series of tips, techniques, tricks to memorize and go through like a flowchart. Not at all. If you do that, you'll never be able to adapt. It's like solving math or science. When you're presented with a problem, you don't memorize that problem itself. You don't memorize 2 plus 2 equals 4 in an addition test, right? Because if you're presented with something else like what's 3 plus 7, you won't know how to react. You won't know because you never learned it. But if you know what the meaning of addition is when you put two numbers together, then any problem that you're presented with that has an addition sign, you'll know what to do, as opposed to strictly only knowing how to add 2 plus 2. You get what I'm trying to say here. You have to evolve to the point where how you react, how you act towards everyone lies and is congruent with your core system, your beliefs. That way, you never have to fake it. You never have to think, have your gears turning, and rely on certain techniques like, oh, what should I do here? What should I ask? You'll never have to consult anybody, a guru, a mentor. What's the next step? Oh, am I doing this right? Because in your head, in your mind, your body, your soul, you will know you're doing the right thing. Let me give you an example. I was raised by a complete family, mom and dad, traditional roles. Nothing out of the ordinary. I had an older brother as well. And everything went according to plan. Luckily, nothing terrible happened to me during my formative years, aside from bullying in school here and there. But overall, I was instilled with my parents' beliefs. And that gave me a healthy self-esteem, confidence. I wasn't the most brolic guy. I wasn't big, jacked. In fact, I was consistently one of the smallest kids in class. The scrawny. 50-pound to 100-pound in high school. Light, tiny Asian kid, the lanky one. Well, let me tell you, I was an easy target. Yeah, sure, it's gotten me down here and there, but ultimately, I didn't really care. I was still that upbeat, confident guy that talked to everyone, made friends pretty easily. And you know what? I had plenty of girls that liked me, that came up to talk to me on the yearbook, at the end asking me, hey, I wish we could have been something more. Could have been many things else. I had plenty of guys, friends, that liked hanging out with me. It was easy, quick and painless. Even in college, I wasn't your handsome guy. I had a mushroom haircut, a face full of acne, but I still was able to make people laugh. During the last day of college, I had a couple girls giving me their numbers, wanting to see each other again after class, after graduation. They were all over the place. But that's because I didn't care. And by that I mean I was just being myself. So if you have to look to techniques faking it, then you're doing it wrong. Because once you understand yourself, know what you are about, your mission, what you are put on this earth to do, your goals, your beliefs, you'll have confidence. Because you don't care what others think. You don't have to be accepted by others. Your presence that radiates will have others wanting to be accepted by you. Think about that. So that's my talk for tonight. Hope you guys get something out of this, and I'll see you guys on the next video. Peace.